Welcome back to BRN Test Drive. I'm James, and I have been driving this 2025 Kia K4 for an entire week now. I have gotten to experience the Kia K4 in its top trim, the Turbo GT line. So I got the best engine, I got the best interior bits, and all the best features that Kia has to offer in its top trim for 2025. Now, the Kia K4 is actually based off the same architecture as the Hyundai Elantra, a vehicle in which I have a ton of experience with. Obviously, they're based off the same platforms, but they definitely don't look the same. Kia has made some decisions exterior-wise and interior-wise when it comes to its design, and I have some pretty interesting thoughts on both of those things. So I'm gonna go through absolutely everything I think you're gonna need to know if you're actually in the market for a Kia K4. And honestly, if you actually are in the market, after spending a week with this vehicle, I kinda understand why. Let's hop in, let me show you. All right, so on the road now, Kia K4, and like I said in the intro, I absolutely get why you're watching this video as a serious buyer. I get why I'm seeing all of these Kia K4s pop up all over the road. Not the GT Turbo line. I haven't really seen any of these, but I've seen the base model a ton here in Quebec already because the MSRP is $34,500, right around there, Canadian dollars as well. The as tested, once you add like the taxes and dealer fees and different things like that, you can see up to 37,300 Canadian dollars here. It does pack a very good price point, a very competitive price point, and I feel like if you compare it to Honda and Toyota with the same amount of features that this Kia K4 has, it's gonna cost you a lot more money. And look, I have two modes, normal and sport, and I'm gonna just bang it off the rev limiter here a bit, or just, it won't even let me do that, but there we go. And yeah. So this Kia K4 Turbo is powered by a 1.6 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, giving us 190 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque. So to get this engine, you gotta get it in the turbo. None of the other engines or none of the other trims have this engine in it. We also get special with the GT line in the turbo. We get the multi-link rear suspension, which will improve the handling a little bit. It will not bring it up to the point of like a Honda or Toyota at this level, but it does make things probably a little bit better. I can't really say for sure because I haven't driven the base model, but I think the multi-link rear suspension would be the way to go if you have the cash. And again, that price point makes it very, very attractive. Now, it also has an IVT, which is an intelligent variable transmission. And honestly, the way that Kia have tuned this, it's actually not too bad. When you're in sport mode, the shifts kind of simulate gears, and it does kind of feel like it is shifting through something. It doesn't feel completely boring or foreign at all. It just kind of goes and goes through the motions, and it's not meant to knock my socks off. It's really just meant to be a point A to point B that has a little bit of get up and go. It'll get on the highway, no problem. It'll overtake slower traffic, no problem. Another thing that it really impresses me with the driving dynamics here is how quiet it is. It makes the Harman Kardon sound system in here actually sound that much better because I'm not really hearing the tires too much. I'm not hearing the wind noise, and when I drive it on windy days, this car doesn't feel like it's getting pushed and bullied around. It feels very planted on the road and very, very nice because you're not taking your Kia K4 to the track. At least I don't think you are unless you're tuning it and changing it. But a stock Kia K4, you're not really gonna take it to the track. You're gonna take it to the office, to the grocery store. And for that, it is very excellent because ride quality as well is very, very good. I really don't have any complaints. It's as good, if not better, than some of the Hyundai Elantras I've driven in the past. And also when I turn, I have, you know, the premium feature of having the little camera in the dash here, so that's very nice. It's kind of the high-end Hyundai and Kias, they do that. But again, at this price point here, it's a very good deal to have these things. So let's turn this bend here and let's give it another rip, shall we? Let's get up to speed here. Yeah, so a little bit of wheel spin there, but yeah, like it felt like I was going through gears. It sounded like I was going through gears. So really good job on the transmission tuning there by Kia. I'm really impressed with that. Other things with the driving, I like how ergonomically it feels like I can kind of, you know, put my armrest here and I can have my hands on the steering wheel. It's got the elite lane keep assist where I can basically take my hands off the steering wheel. It will yell at me eventually, but I can take my hands almost fully off the steering wheel and it will stay dead center in the lane on the highway, adaptive cruise control and stuff like this. So it makes it a very good road trip vehicle as well, which is going to be very, very important, I think, for a lot of buyers for the Kia K4. And yeah, it's just been really solid in that aspect. Visibility is also really good. I've had no issues whatsoever with visibility. I can see all around the vehicle all the time. There's no blind spots that I notice. I got a nice little sunroof as well. So overall, very good in terms of driving dynamics and just owning it and driving it every day. It is an excellent point A to point B vehicle. Fuel economy, I've done around 350 kilometers, say, and I'm getting 8.4 liters per 100 kilometers. I've been mostly city driving, not too much highway. From my house to the office is a lot of city driving, so it's a lot of stop and go, a lot of red lights, stuff like that. But you know, it's been okay. That's about what I'd expect from a vehicle like this. That's what my 2018 Hyundai Elantra was doing back in the day, so really not too bad. Actually, I think my Hyundai Elantra was probably higher, and I'm driving this in sport mode like all the time, just because it's a little bit more peppy in that mode, right? So now we talked about driving, let's talk about the interior, because it is pretty impressive. Now, Kia's made some choices, right? And we'll go over them, but let's start with the steering wheel. So we have a really nice mix of white and black. I like that a lot. Kind of adds to the personality of vehicles. Something I talk about a lot is personality, and that comes in color or features and stuff like that. So I like that. I like the white and black kind of contrast stitching, and they put the white in areas, especially on the seats, including the steering wheel, where it's like, I don't feel like you're gonna get it that dirty. So they put the white all the way around the edge, and where I'm holding the steering wheel actually is like around here, and it's all black. There's no white there. But you can hold it up here, and obviously you will get it dirty if you hold your steering wheel at the top there, but still not a big deal. I do like the placement of the white. I feel like it's strategic to keep it clean, and that's a very good thought. And also physical buttons for all of my steering controls, all my media controls, physical buttons, plastic paddle shifters, but that's fine in this price point. Again, for the cruise control stuff, it's all physical buttons. The drive mode button is right there on the steering wheel, and a big physical button, so I do like that as well. On the door controls, so I have 2 sets of memory seat settings. My driver's seat is power adjustable. I do have ventilated seats in the driver and the passenger, heated seats and heated steering wheel, so that's all very good. The only decision that Kia's made that I find interesting is that the passenger seat is not powered. It's absolutely manual, and it feels less comfortable for some reason. The driver's seat is definitely the best seat in the house when it comes to the interior of the Kia K4. The driver's seat's very comfortable. The other passenger seat here right next to me feels good, not great. I don't understand that choice. Why not just make the front seats the best? Why not make it powered? But again, if it's saving us on money, then I have to agree with it. I guess in that sense it makes sense, but I feel like probably wouldn't have driven the price up a little bit more, or that much more, just to have a little seat there. But anyways, it's an interesting decision, but it's all right. I also like the digital gauge cluster. There's not a lot going on. It's very easy to read and understand. It kind of changes the theme of it with the sport mode, and you can also change the theme kind of in the settings as well. Infotainment display is nice. It's kind of like 3 screens, and they've made another interesting choice in putting the HVAC like control screen like right where my steering wheel is, almost, or like right in the line of sight of it. So depending on how high or low you sit or where you position yourself in this vehicle, you won't be able to see like I have to kind of do this in my head and be like, okay, that's where it's at. They have kind of remedied that, but by giving us a button that we can press, and then it'll pull up the full HVAC control. But it just feels pointless. There should be a lot more physical buttons down here, and just let me control it like that, and then maybe make the actual infotainment screen a little bit bigger. That's just my suggestion. In terms of infotainment system, it's very easy to use, very much plug and play, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, built-in maps, you know, so you've got your navigation either way, whether using your phone or the vehicle. That is really good. It's high quality, high speed. I really like it. And again, another piece of the Kia K4 that impresses me quite a bit in this price point. Just a little bit lower than our digital infotainment, we do have a couple of quick access buttons that are physical, so that's good. And then you do have some quick stuff for the different HVAC stuff that you can do. And it's like, you know, you can control the temperature, the fan speed, the mode, which is honestly all you need to do. I just feel like they could have moved like this screen maybe down here with some physical buttons. Maybe it would have looked a little bit better. I think it's something that Kia will work on in the future, and I think we'll see this area change, because I've seen quite a bit of complaints on that side of things. We do have a wireless charger as well. The gear shifter, no games, no playing around. We do also have 360-degree camera, which looks really good. I can't engage it while I'm driving, but I'll tell you, it looks really good. It's high quality. And again, another feature in this price point that you wouldn't necessarily expect, because I can go full 360 render around the vehicle, full parking sensors all around the vehicle. So like it feels like a really premium product just because of that. Now, Kia calls this a compact sedan still, and I think that's pushing it, because I have a ton of room in the front seat, and I also have a ton of room in the rear. Like, I fit my daughter and myself. There is a little less headspace because it has like that weird swooping roof that kind of comes right back, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But like, it's all right? Like, I fit back there. I could do a road trip in those seats. I do like the design. Again, they've kept the white and black, so that looks really good. And it's not terrible. It's not terribly uncomfortable. It's heated seats back there as well. Again, in this price point, I know I keep saying it, but man, that's impressive to be in this price point, to have all of these. I feel like I'm just continuing to name them as I go through the vehicle. It is a very interesting product because of this. And you'd think that maybe, I have quite a bit of rear space. Maybe I don't have that much trunk space. Couldn't be further from the truth. I have quite a bit of trunk space as well. I fit my daughter's stroller in there, the groceries, you name it, your daily stuff, the stuff that you need to get in there daily. I have absolutely no problem, and I've got room for extra. So that's really good news. So like, overall, they call it a compact sedan, but it kind of feels like a full sedan almost, like at this point. Like, I got so much room in here. It's pretty ridiculous, and I really like it for that. Now, there is one small thing that sort of has me worried with the Kia K4, but first I want to talk about the exterior styling, because I do have quite a bit of opinions on that. So let me park up here and let's talk about that. All right, so next up, I want to talk to you about the Kia K4's exterior design. I had some thoughts about the choices that Kia made on the interior. I definitely have some for the exterior. For me, when it comes to the Kia K4, it really depends on the angle you're looking at it. The angle that you saw in the intro and the angle you're seeing right now are my two favorite angles to look at the Kia K4 in, aside from also the back angle, right? The back looks very nice. I do really like kind of what they got going on there, but for the sport trim, I would have liked to see some exhaust. Even a fake one, I would have taken it, and they just completely have hidden it. But there is like a slight diffuser, and you got those nice taillights that wrap around. That looks really good. But my favorite part is the front end. With these orange headlights right here, the accent on the body line that gives this vehicle really does save the exterior styling wise, at least in terms of my opinion. Whoever came up with this deserves an absolute raise, because they're doing it on things like the Kia Carnival and some of the SUVs as well, and it looks really good every single time they do it. So I really enjoy that. I do have a front-facing camera and also parking sensors. Again, this comes on the top trim for the Kia K4 in the GT line, so happy to have that as well. I do like it in the blue color. It is the least boring color. It's not a white or a black or a gray, so like, it's not a color I see on the road currently. It's a lot of black, white, and gray, so it does look really nice in the blue. Black accents are very nice as well. So overall, like, front and back end, no complaints. It's when you come onto the side where you start to kind of scratch your head a little bit, because you're like, okay, to me, it just looks kind of awkward. Like, it looks like it wants to try to be a compact sedan, and some of it, when you get like towards the back, it looks like it maybe wants to be like a hatchback. And there is like pictures of a hatchback version of this, and I don't know if it'll come to Canada. Hopefully it does, because I think that's maybe where the Kia K4 will really shine, is when it is a hatchback. I feel like the swooping like hood or the swooping roof line of this thing really kind of gives me the hatchback vibes from the side profile. I don't enjoy looking at it from the side profile, but it does have like interesting little door handles for the passenger seats, or the rear passenger seat, which is all right. I don't hate that design. I think they can keep that, but they need to kind of rework the side profile a little bit. Black rims are nice as well. Usually I don't like them, but again, blue paint color is kind of helping that. If it was a gray or a black on black, this thing would just look like one piece, and it would just not look the greatest at all. So, Kia can do things. You can spec out the Kia K4 to kind of, help with the exterior design look. Overall, it's not terrible. Just depends on which way you look at it. So there you have it. Overall, the Kia K4 Turbo GT line, the top trim has been such a good daily driver for me this week, and like, it's impressed me. I wasn't expecting to be impressed, but then I got to sitting in it, using it, and then you check the price point and you're like, really, is that real? Like, I've got all these features, and it feels like if it was a Honda or a Toyota, it would be a lot more expensive than this Kia K4, which is really, really good. The one little thing that kind of concerns me, and it's yet to be seen, so I can't really tell you like, definite facts here, but it's gonna be the reliability, because my experience with owning Hyundai products, this is based off the same architecture as the Elantra, is reliability, because I've basically owned two Hyundai products, and right at the 5-6 year mark, I really started to see gremlins. I started to have issues with unreliability. I started to be in the garage a lot for like little annoying problems. And so I hope that that's not going to be the case for the Kia K4, but it is a point of concern, because I feel like the people that are buying these things are not buying them, they're not leasing them, at least the base models. I feel like people are buying them to have them for like, 5 to 6 years. And if you're in a situation where sure, you're going to save a little bit of money by going with a K4 right now, but in the long run, it'll end up costing you more. Like the total cost of ownership is going to be a lot higher if it's unreliable, versus something like a Toyota, which has really, really well tested reliability, and it can be run 5 to 6 years into the future, and not really have too many reliability problems. That's going to be the difference. Is have they priced it low because it's unreliable, or because there's a chance that it's unreliable? I don't know. It's unfortunately something that worries me, because there's no evidence yet. The Kia K4 just came out, so we don't know if in a couple of years it's going to be unreliable and worth absolutely nothing in terms of residual, or it'll be something that holds its value, and you kind of have some buying power if you want to get into something else later on. That's something you have to take into account when you're buying any vehicle. What's the total cost of ownership, number one, and what is it going to be worth when I need to sell it, or if I ever do need to sell it, what's going to be worth? That's something that I personally like to look at, so I just like to pass that on to you guys. It's something that you want to pay attention to. So we'll see what the story is with the Kia K4, and I'll keep you updated on it as we go here. I'm sure they're going to make iterations. They're going to make this platform better, but I'll try to keep a lock on the reliability. But let me know, so far, people that own the Kia K4, and I know there's a ton of you out there, so if you're watching this video right now, let me know your experience. How has it been for the first couple of months, even the first couple of weeks? If you spent more than a week with it, you've got more seat time than I have, so let me know. I really want to hear from you. How's it been reliability wise? If there's been any weird things going on, hopefully not. I want to hear good news as much as I want to hear bad news with this thing. So just let me know in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts on all of it. Why did you buy it? Why are you not going to get it? And if you're getting one of the competitors, why are you doing that? I really want to hear your thoughts, and I think it really helps Kia kind of understand where things are, because sometimes they do watch this stuff, so they do see your comments. So make sure you leave a comment below. Make sure you like, subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this one. You want to see more Kias on the channel, you want to see us take more Kia products, gotta leave a like, subscribe, and let us know.